For today's project, we will be aerospace engineers and design paper airplanes. We will create two different types of planes that have different flight characteristics. Now that we know what we're making, let's make sure that we have all of our materials ready. For this project, we will only need 2 sheets of construction paper. Once you have your materials ready, we can start building our project. Our first plane will fly around and do tricks when we throw it. To start, we'll take one of our pieces of construction paper and fold it in half long ways, or hot dog style. Just like so. Then go ahead and open it back up and pick one of the short sides of the paper to be the front. On this side, fold the 2 corners into the middle, just like this. Next, grab the top of the plane where it comes to a point here and fold this down to where the 2 corners meet. Then, fold the plane closed over the crease that we made at the beginning, just like so, and turn it sideways with this triangle section on the bottom right. Grab the bottom edge and fold it to the top of the plane, and we're only grabbing the bottom edge of one side, like so. Then flip the plane over and repeat this step with the other side to fold the other side up as well, just like that. So when you're done, your plane should look like this from the top, this from the side, this from the front. For the second plane, we'll grab our second sheet of construction paper. Fold this one in half lengthwise, just like before. And then we'll open it up again. And once again, we will bring the outer corners into the middle, like so. Next, grab the 2 corners on the left and the right below the point. So these are the 2 corners we kind of just made right here, and fold these corners inwards to the middle line. So I will take this one and I'm folding it to where it meets that middle line and then creasing it. So the side of the plane will kind of look like this after that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this other point to the middle as well. So pull it to the middle, hold it where they meet, and then crease it all the way through. So now we have kind of this type of shape. All right. And so next we're going to grab the 2 corners that we just formed below the top point and bring these together as well. So now there's kind of 2 points right here and right here. We're going to bring those together as well. So I'm just going to fold one to the middle like so, crease it, and then the other to the middle, and crease that as well. This might be a little difficult, so you may need to try your folds a couple times, but as long as you get the right shape, we're kind of going for this really pointy angle here. All right, so next, we're gonna fold the plane in half in the opposite direction that we did at the beginning. So in the beginning, we folded it this way to crease it. Now we're going to fold it in the opposite direction. And I like to start at the tip and then follow that fold that we made at the beginning and re-crease it. And then these pieces are going to act as our wings, so you can kind of pull them up, just like so. So now it kind of comes up pretty high in the back, but we've got this shape on the side and this pointy shape in the front, and the wings are folded upwards, like so. Now that we are done building our planes, we are ready to test. To test our paper airplanes, we want to make sure that we have a clear space in front of us. And then when you throw the plane, you usually want to hold it by either near the front or near the back. And you want to throw it with your arm going forward and release it when your arm is going like the most that it will go forward before it goes down. So you want to throw the plane more up, not forward and down. And you also want to release the plane with the wings hitting the air like this. Again, not going downwards or any other direction. You want it kind of sloping towards you. So I'll throw, this plane is the first one we built, which is the trick plane. So you'll see if I throw it here, it does kind of a loop-de-loop. And then the second plane that we built was the longer distance plane. So I like to throw this one further back, like so. That one kind of also did a loop-de-loop, but you can also try different places to hold the plane to see how it behaves when you throw it like that. All right, so if your paper airplanes are not working, some things that you can try are throwing the plane in a different fashion. So hold it in a different spot and release it at a different angle. And if that doesn't work and your plane is not flying, or it's not flying the way that you want it to, you can go back and follow the steps again to fold it differently, or you can try a different design and see how that behaves when you throw it. So now that we're done testing our paper airplanes, let's talk about how they work. Airplanes take advantage of aerodynamics, which is the movement of air. And airplanes need lift to stay up, which is a force that pushes the plane upwards in the air. We generate lift using our wings, and as the plane moves forward, it hits the air at an angle, pushing that air downwards. But that force of pushing the air downwards also then pushes the plane upwards. In order to generate lift, our plane needs to keep moving forward to keep hitting more air. This forward movement comes from thrust, which is the force moving the plane forward through the air. And real-world planes generate thrust using engines, while we create it using our arm that we give it a bunch of thrust at the beginning when we throw it. Additionally, real-world planes are a little bit more complicated when it comes to generating lift. In real airplanes, the wings are curved on the top and they're flatter on the bottom. And this curvature makes it difficult for air to move over the top of the wing. And this causes air to move slower over the top of the wing than on the bottom of the wing. And because air is moving slower, it's spread out more, and it creates a lower pressure zone on top of the wing and a higher pressure zone on the bottom of the wing, pushing that wing upwards. The amount of air moving over the wing, determined by the amount of thrust provided by the engines, can determine the amount of lift or how high the plane goes. But again, our paper airplanes are taking more advantage of the air hitting the wing at an angle and directing the plane upwards. So now that you know how your paper airplane works, there are some questions that you can think of with your students, such as how could we make our paper airplane fly further? How could we add thrust to our paper airplanes? And why did the two designs that we created fly in different ways, possibly because they have different aerodynamic properties?